Hello there, welcome to part 12 in the 10 Minutes at the Piano playlist. Today we're going to be looking at a very important chord progression. It is the 1-5-6-4 chord progression. So before you start watching the video, I recommend that you pause right now and have a look at the two links that I have provided. They're in the description below. One is to Wikipedia, and which I can't annotate on the screen due to YouTube's odd restrictions. And another one is to a video which demonstrates very well, it's a very popular video, you may have seen it, how the four chords that I'm going to show you, well, not four chord types, but the chord progression involving these four chords in all 12 keys is going to be how it is used so commonly in pop music for the last 50 years or so, 60 years even, and you'll be amazed. It's a very famous video. So go and look at those and then come back to this. The Wikipedia link is of course all the songs, well, many songs which are written with that, and you'll just be astonished at how many pop songs are written with this 1-5-6-4 chord progression. So since you know your major scales, you will not have a problem with this in any key. I will use the demonstration key of C, but by all means go away and play in the others. I'm going to encourage you to compose a little song with a very few notes, just to get you familiar with this chord progression. Once you know the chord progression, you will be able to learn, and you'll also hear the progression in pop songs that you may want to learn. Now, of course, you know I'm more of a jazzy pianist than a pop pianist, but you know, pop music is very easy to play because it simply involves 2 or 3 or 4 chords, and the melodies are very easy and repetitive, and the rhythms are not too challenging, musically speaking, of course. That doesn't mean I don't necessarily like any of the songs using the 1-5-6-4 progression, but musically speaking it is a very easy way to play the piano and to sound good. But of course, as always, it doesn't mean nothing that you play means anything without rhythm, so do work on the rhythm. I of course have a video on that somewhere. Now, in the demonstration key of C, what does 1-5-6-4 mean? It means that I have to play a chord on the first, which is the root, which in this example is C, but it can be any of the 12 keys. A chord on C, which is a major chord, which you know already from the previous videos. Of course, watch the playlist in order because they are structured. Don't just land on this one. 5 is the G major triad. 6 is an A minor triad, and the 4 is a major triad. So there's no sevenths involved in this progression, which is one of the reasons it's so easy to play. If you actually add a 7, it kind of almost ruins it really, because it's such a basic progression that making it too complicated almost ruins the purity of it. So I'll just play it very simply with a simple rhythm, and I'll play 2 beats per chord: C, G, A minor, F. 5, 6, 4, up to C again, up to 1. That's it. And the idea is that all these songwriters around the world, excuse me, they simply write melodies based on the major scale of whatever 1 is, and that works over those 4 chords. And so your homework, I'll give you that now, is to go away and write a melody in a style using those 4 chords and see how you get on. You'll be quite surprised how easy it is, but unfortunately you won't make millions of pounds from it. That's the downside. I'm going to make one right now, and just to demonstrate something a bit more than just the chords, because that's very boring. I've done that already. I mean, I could finish the video now and it would be called 2 minutes at the piano or something, but I'm going to give you something called note value awareness. Now, this is normally a jazz concept, but it does apply here because it's simply an awareness of the note value from the major scale against a chord. It might sound complicated, but I promise it's very easy if you know your major scales, and I'll always say that. So I'm just going to pick out a very simple melody right now, improvised, and it's going to become a very simple pop song. So you may see me on TV singing. So I'm going to just pick out a random note. I'm going to take, for musical purposes, I'm going to take a B and a root and a C, root in the key of C of course, and I'm going to use these 2 notes and then I'll develop it, and then I'll develop it, only using the 4 chords, 1, 5, 6, 4. So let's just do that right now. I'm going to play each chord for 4 beats, and it's going to just very simply alternate between the B and the C. But imagine if there's words to this. You may want to put words to it. I'm not a lyricist, so it might sound something like this. So what did I do at the end there? Just went down those B, A, G notes, which are still part of the C major scale, of course. So that's all I did. So what are these as note values? Because that's what I would like to make a point of also in this video, instead of just the chords. The B is the major 7 in the key of C, and it sounds like it. It sounds romantic as it becomes the octave. Now when it goes to the key of G, for the G chord, the B becomes the 3rd of G. This is called note value awareness. It means you are aware of the value of the note in each key. So the B note is the major 7 in C, it becomes the 3rd of G. Now before I play it, when I play the chord of A minor, it will be the 2nd. Some people, you may call that more correctly the 9th, because 1, 2 in the key of A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's say 2 or 9. In jazz it goes all the way up to 13. So let's just call it a 2 for now, but understand it can be a 9. And then when it's in F, it is not even in the key of F, because the key of F is a B flat. So you would call this a sharpened 4th or a sharpened 11th. 1, 2, 3, 4 sharpened, but you never say sharpened 4, you say sharpened 11, as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, sharpened. So that technically is not in the key of F, but it is, special word coming up, diatonic to the root, the master key of C. That's what's important here. Just because it's not in the key of F, it doesn't matter. It's in the master key of C, and the F chord is like a visitor to the majors, to the master key of C. So it's not supposed to work, but it creates a little tension. But that tension is broken as it goes to the C, the 5th, which is in the key of F and C, of course. So what we're getting here is a melodic melody based on numbers and the emotional connection with that note value. And that's why the song sounds nice, and that seems to be why pop music is so popular, based on 1, 5, 6, 4, because that just happens to give, with a simple melody, a very kind of emotional, a lot of emotional opportunities, and it just seems to be what everyone uses now in pop music. So I'll just do it very simply now. You understand the note values, and I'll say it: 7 octave, 3rd, 4th in the key of G, 9 or 2nd to the minor, and then sharpened 11th, and then I think I went to the A and the G, which would be the 3rd, and the 9 in F, 8, 9 or 2nd, which sounds quite longing. No? You could end the song like that if you wanted to. That's the idea. So let's take that and add another note and go further. Let's just what can we do? Go up and add the D, for example, as if we're singing and we're adding another word to each verse. So it may go like it will go like this, but let's look at the note values again. D is the 9th of C, so we have again that longing sound. The D in the key of G is the 5th, a simple safe note. In the key of A it's the 11 or the 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 1, 2, 3, 4, which sounds nice with a minor. And then when we get to F it's the 6th. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the note value is changing as the chord changes, even though it's the same physical note. This is note value awareness. So I'll play those two and see how it sounds from the beginning. Something like that, right? Now I'll go up 3 times. I quite like how it just does that actually. Just to the B to the A. Maybe I should do it up here. So that's the idea. Those 4 chords are so popular, you will be able to learn any of the songs that you like. It's also a very good practice for all the 12 keys. So let's just jump into the key of F, and we'll have a look at the 5, which is C, the 6, which is D, and the 4, which is B flat. And you could do the same thing, the same melody. So I started on the major 7th of C and went to the root. So in the key of F, I would start on the major 7, which is E, and go to the root, which is F, and we can get this exactly the same sound. Let me do it here. Then we got to the 5, which is C, with the same melody. Go to the 6, then go to the 4, which is B flat, and then go back to F again. That's the idea. Go away and play your own improvisations, your own compositions over those 4 chords. Explore them in the different keys. You don't need to add any 7ths. And this is actually a very valuable little 10-minute video for you. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll move on to the next part 13. But if you'd like me to go over it again in the next video, then just let me know. Thanks for watching. Subscriptions, likes, comments, always welcome. And see you in part 13. All the best. Bye for now.